Hello everyone, this is Aruna. While I'm studying civil engineering in Build Engineering College, Bishapur, now I'm here to deliver a topic called as the most probable number. Okay, what is this most probable number or the most probable number method? This method is also known as the method of Poisson zeros. Okay, this method is the collection or the determination of quantitative data of bacterial items or the discrete items from the water in positive or from positive or the negative data. Okay, and we have a specific definition for this can be given as the most probable number is a statistical method used to estimate the viable numbers of bacteria in sample by inoculating broth in 10-fold dilutions and is based on the principle of extension dilution. It is often is estimated is it is often used in the estimation of bacterial cells in water and food. Okay, there are many entities which can be detected. They are very easily detected, but they're not that easily collected or the collect or calculated, or it is not that easy to count them. Okay, so detection is easy, but the counting of them is not easy. Like for example, we cannot count the microorganism growth, enzyme action, catalytic process, etc. These are not that easy to count. Okay, this is the diagram of the most probable number. I think this is visible to you people. So this is the original solution of the pond water, and these are the test tubes containing different concentrations at different ml. So this is 10 ml, 1 ml and 0.1 ml. And after 24 hours of incubation, and these are the results you get. There are 5 positive tubes, and there are 2 positive and 3 negative tubes, and there are all negative tubes, and there are no positive tubes. And this is the broth, BS BGLB broth, sorry, BGLB broth. And we have a principle for this most probable number method. And this method, the principle is water to be tested is diluted serially and inoculated in lactose broth. This is the lactose broth. Coliforms, if present in water, utilize the lactose present in the medium to produce acid and gas. Okay, the presence of acid is indicated by the color change of the medium, and the presence of gas is obviously detected as the bubbles collected in the inverted drum tube present in the medium. And this MPN test is performed in 3 steps. The first one is presumptive test, and second one is confirmatory test, and third one is the completed test. Okay, the first one is presumptive test. This test is a screening test to sample water for the presence of coliform organisms. Okay, in this presumptive test, if the negative or the test is negative, then no further testing is performed. If you get the result of negative, then the further testing will not be done, and the water source is considered as microbiologically safe, and you can use that water for consumption. If however any tube in the series shows acid and gas presence, the water is considered unsafe, and the confirmed test should be conducted. Okay, then, and the process of this presumptive test for treated and untreated water is not same. It differs from treated water to untreated water. And the second test is the confirmed test. Okay, this is for some microorganisms other than the coliform also produce acid and gas forms. Lactose fermentation, they produce the coliform from the lactose fermentation. In order to confirm the presence of these coliforms, the confirmation test is done. The confirmation test is done to detect or to confirm whether the presence of gas or acid is present in the coliform or not. Okay, the third test is completed test. This is the final test. Okay, since some of the positive results from the confirmatory test may be false. Okay, we cannot tell that all the confirmatory tests are true or all the confirmatory tests are right. It is desirable to do completed test. For this, inoculum from each positive tube of the confirmatory test is streaked on the plate of EMB, that is eosin methylene blue agar or endo agar. High temperature incubation, that is 44.5 plus or minus 0.2 degree, is for detection of thermotolerant E. coli. This is for the detection of thermotolerant E. coli. And we have some advantages of these tests, like ease of interpretation either by observation or gas emission, and some toxins are diluted. Effective method of analysis, highly turbid samples such as sediments, sludge, mud, etc., and that cannot be analyzed by membrane filtration, which cannot be analyzed by membrane filtration, that can be done by this most probable number method. And there are disadvantages of this method. It takes a long time to get the results, okay, and the results are not very accurate. We cannot say that the results which we get from the MPN are very accurate. Requires more hardware and media, and probability of false positives. There are the chances of getting false positives. So these are the disadvantages and the advantages of MPN. And thank you, and this ends my presentation on the most probable number. And this is the information about me. Thank you.